that has refused to acknowledge Israel's rights to exist. It is not a partner for a significant, realistic peace process.
I think President Abbas has a simple choice. He has to decide if he negotiates or keeps his pact with Hamas or makes peace with Israel.
Much of the world has backed Obama's call for a Palestinian state with land lost in the 1967 war. His supporters include the Palestinians and parts of the Arab world, as well as the United Nations and the European Union. But without Netanyahu's support, the creation of a Palestinian state appears out of reach for now.
To Libya next, where NATO is ramping up its aerial bombardment across the country. 3 months into the conflict, and pro-Gaddafi forces have taken a significant hit. The alliance says its planes have destroyed 8 warships at the ports of Tripoli and Sirte and a naval base at Al Khums. NATO said the operation was part of its UN mandate to protect civilians, but it was also to help take the pressure off the rebel-held city of Misrata. Meanwhile, reports say the country's oil minister, Shukri Ghanem, has defected and gone to Tunisia. Crossing to Syria, and a bloody day for the pro-democracy movement there, as fresh demonstrations swept the nation. Security forces retaliated, shooting dead at least 34 people, including a child, on Friday. Protesters were gunned down in the central city of Homs, the restive hub of Daraa, and a town near Ib in the west. The UN Refugee Agency is concerned by the mass exodus of Syrians into neighbouring Lebanon seeking shelter from violence. UNHCR says the refugees need psychological support, as well as urgent food, shelter and medical help. Protesters in Spain are digging in their heels and defying a midnight ban on political events on the eve of elections. Tens of thousands took to the streets for a 6th day on Friday. Youths in particular are angry at Spain's soaring unemployment rate. They're calling for a boycott of Sunday's poll, in which the ruling socialists face a drubbing.
The protest camp in Madrid has grown into an urban village. Hundreds of people are now camping out permanently at Madrid's Puerta del Sol Square. The government has broken its silence to deliver a message of support.
This is a peaceful protest that deserves our respect. We know, and the older population are also aware, that despite the lack of support for young people in the employment sector, they continue to work and vote.
Young people want the government to act. Unemployment for the under-25s in Spain is 45%. The protest movement is building steam ahead of municipal and regional elections on Sunday.
I think this protest movement will be a real test for Sunday. If the result then is positive and people support the protests, it could continue until May 2012, when we vote for a new government.
The nationwide movement is known as M15 because it began on the 15th of May. It's the largest spontaneous outcry since Spain plunged into recession in 2008, and they're talking of revolution. They feel they are the victims of the economic crisis, politicians in general, and corruption. Protesters are vowing to stay in place in squares till Sunday's vote, despite a strict ban on political campaigning in Spain on the day before an election. It's predicted the Zapatero government will suffer major losses.
Queen Elizabeth II has bid a fond farewell to the Emerald Isle. Despite high security, the monarch mingled with crowds during the final hours of her visit to Ireland. The Queen and Prince Philip visited an English market in Cork dating back to the 18th century. The 4-day trip has been well received by the Irish media, with the Queen praised for her sensitivity to the troubled history between Britain and Ireland. That's it for this news update. For more on all of our stories, do go to our website. The address is www.france24.com. It's there in English, French and also in Arabic. Do